family. It's your man, King Leo. And why am I here? Welcome to Women's Work Wednesday. It's your man, of course, King Leo, as I said. I got my best partner in the world helping me today, and that's Queen Rain. And why does she have the hand wraps on? I'm gonna tell you why. In recent times, so many women and children have been abducted and used for illegal reasons. And what I want to do, I'm going to start this segment called Women's Work Wednesday. It's all about women empowerment. We have to start somewhere. In Leo Fitness, we just want to do our part. So what I'm going to show you guys today is the proper way to A, make a fist, and B, throw a punch. And what we're going to do in these installments as we get further along, I'm going to show you women how to actually be able to strike, to potentially defend yourself, how to get out of certain situations if you're getting grabbed from behind, if you could potentially be getting abducted. What I want to accomplish with these segments is to hopefully empower you enough to be able to help yourself dire life or death situation, or maybe even potentially help someone else. And so I think a lot of women need aid in upper body strength, in situational awareness, being able to fight, because maybe, hey, you're not a fighter. You're not somebody who just regularly want to lift their fist up and strike. You don't have a warrior mentality because you haven't had to live like that. Well, guess what? There's a war on our women right now, and we want to take action so that no more women and children get abducted. And if they try, you'll be able to aid and help yourself to potentially prevent that. So I got my wife here today because she is one of my best at pupils. And we're going to show you and instruct you on what it is to throw punches. And I'm going to give you a little demonstration of how it looks when you can actually put these punches together and strike. A punch, the structure of the hand. With anyone, when you're striking with the fist, you always want to make sure that you strike with the first two knuckles. It's the strongest point in your hand. I'm going to make this as simple as possible. I don't want to get super complex because this is all for the purpose of combat reasoning and defending yourself. No one's trying to be a boxer. If you are, contact your man's kingleofit@gmail.com or 817-601-7386. But for everyone else, we're going to keep it brief but simple so you guys understand. The two strongest parts of your fist are your first two knuckles. You're always going to strike with these. You're never going to strike someone with these other two knuckles. They're weak, they're weaker part of the hand, and that's how you run the risk of breaking your hand. Also, when you're putting your fist together, the easiest way that I've always been taught is you put your first fingers down, then you put your thumb across, okay? This harnesses the foundation of what your fist is gonna be. And then your second, third, and fourth finger. Now, initially you might want it to look like that, you don't. You wanna ease that finger up, but what you wanna do is you wanna use that thumb to protect across your first two fists. That's going to solidify the impact of your fist. It's going to put the solidarity of your fist together so that when you actually strike something, it's going to impact that object. Unless you're hitting brick walls and unless you have the power to do so, or you got the glow or something. But if you're striking someone's face, this is going to do the damage. So I'm going to bring my wife in and I'm going to just give you guys an example of what I'm talking about.
Now, just a quick side note, ladies. I know a lot of us, we fashionistas get our nails done. When you're wearing those stiletto nails and those fake nails, this makes it a little harder. You can't do a complete fist with it, you know, but this will still help you. So even if you do have the nails on and you do have to be in a situation, you still know what to do. But with those nails on, you have to be in a situation, you still know what to do. But with those nails on, you can't hurt yourself, because a lot of times I see these young ladies with these nails that are super long. So just keep that in mind.
Great point, Ree. And as she said again, listen, ladies, this cutting those nails down for a temporary time till you understand how to throw punches and do these things is a small price to pay for your life, your children's life. So it makes sense to make the sacrifice for a short time to learn how to do these things. So as my wife gets in her fighting stance, what happens is this. In order to throw the punch, it needs to be impactful. These are the first two knuckles. So when you're coming out to throw your fist, guys, I'm just going to show you what the mechanics look like. You're supposed to be shooting up from your hip and straight to whatever object you're aiming. Just breathe. Let me hear you breathe out. And you're going to throw the strike. All right, back on. Double jab. Double jab. Jab cross. Jump good. Women's Work Wednesday, we're going to be covering all things women in power, your spirit perspective. That means being able to defend yourself. Learn how to throw punches, get out of chokes, get out of grabs, keep from getting abducted, your children from getting abducted, maybe help someone else. Showing the basic punch from a basic beginner level so that you women can understand how to do it. Get you excited to what it looks like when you can throw punches organized, hard, with technique, and key into these Women's Work Wednesdays. Women's Work Wednesday. Got my girl, my wife, my better half here, Queen Reed. It's your man, King Leo, signing out. Got it.